to honour among thieves to Colin Keane and Kevin Coleman. It's got an open look to it, this, but I'll take a favourite, albeit on the drift a bit, on the exchanges. Let's go straight to the track now and go and join Johnny.
Yeah, it is a weak favourite here, Angus. I don't think I'm wrong in saying that race that Alfeca ran in last time at Naas was way stronger than this, and now she finished third. She was staying on all the way to the line. Yard in good form. I suppose she hasn't run on ground as testing as this, theoretically, but we shall see. Spoke to Kevin Coleman there. He wouldn't fill you with confidence, although he's a trainer of honour among thieves, and he has a few other runners today as well. I spoke to him on extra, but he said he's probably not the type to fill one with confidence in general, but I didn't get a massive vibe off him. He's sort of implied that Colin Keane being booked for honour among thieves was part of the good support for him. His form is nothing to be too excited about. There he is in the stripes on the far side of Dylan Brown McMonigal, who rides just a city boy, another Sioux Nation bred in the race. It's very, very hard to be confident about any of these, and I think by a stretch the most solid one is Alfeca. Noodles is slightly harder to assess. That's Alfeca there under Gary Carroll, and it's nice to hear from Joe Murphy talking to Gary O'Brien yesterday at Tipperary, and his horses, those that didn't win, were also running well. And what a year it's been for the yard with Cerseni, and it's great to see across the weekend as well. Great to see Jessica Harrington, Jack Davison, and some of the Irish yards doing so well. Longchamp, Dusty Foley's just arrived. I'm going to have a chat with him at some point as well. 9-4 Alfeca. Sherakia, the Camelot bred filly, she's just to the left of the picture there, on form that you just couldn't be confident at all about her. She was a little bit keen at Goran last time, which Dermot Well didn't obviously deem it enough an issue to go for headgear or anything today, but it wasn't really a run that would say I'm really looking forward to backing her next time in a maiden. But it's that type of race. It's hard to be bullish about anything really, and I think this favourite's by a long way the most solid. Just the City Boy's been pretty solid in the market, sixth both starts. Gelding by Sioux Nation, but I don't know, you just couldn't be overly confident. It's actually a race in which there's nothing in the race where you could say I'd back that horse each way and he or she'll definitely be in the first three. You just can't say that about any of these. Some of them have headgear on, some of them are trying this ground for the first time. Nothing really looks progressive, with the possible exception of Alfeca, who 5-2, yeah, it's a strange weakness really, considering there hasn't been massive support for Anton Else in the race. It's a tentative market, and just looking at the betting wing here, I'd say there's about 3 people maybe in the betting wing, so it's a sign of the times really. It's a quiet Monday here at Killarney, but it might pick up as the day goes on. All the action obviously on the exchanges here, and there isn't that much of that either, but the story of the market, I suppose, is the weakness of the favourite. Favourite doesn't know anything about the market weakness, but goes without saying, backing drifters all the time isn't necessarily a good policy, but you can be sure Alfeca will be run on her merits, and at 5-2 or so, I'd rather be a backer than a layer without knowing the exchange market. So here we are, we're loading up for race 1. 7 races on the card today. Shamie Effernan, the Evergreen Rider, going in on the Outsider Accelerate. Kevin Coleman did mention potentially as well that one of his stable stars might be one of his stable stalwarts, I suppose. Swiss Army Officer might be having his last run later on. He's pretty much entered by mistake, to paraphrase with Neil and I when he was on holidays. Swiss Army Officer was kind of entered to get balloted, but he does run, so wouldn't it be a nice story were he to win race 4? Strapping horse, 10 years of age. I've always thought he looked more like a jumper than a speedy flat horse, and he will be ridden later on by Julian Petropaulo. I think I'm not alone in saying I've been very, very impressed with that 7-pound claimer of late. Rides very, very well. That's Jack Carney, who's also at that stage of his career, kind of kicking off. Jack taking off 3. He's riding Jemical here, who's a long shot. Kevin said still quite weak, and will need probably handicaps. And let's see if Jack's mount can go in. It doesn't look so certain at the moment. Might be edging towards odds against. Let's see how we go. Peter O'Hare is back in action today. Peter called the horses over jumps lately, and normally in Kerry he stays in Ballybunion, but he had the joy of staying in Killarney last night. It's nice and quiet as well, not quite kind of out of tour season, so nice atmosphere in the town last night. I'd be betting will these brilliant stall handlers, one of these indispensable bunch of people in racing who do an amazing job for me, very, very brave and nonchalant in what they do. Maybe they will get Jamie Killeen, and after coming all the way from Killarney with the horse that's, you know, 1,000,000 to 1 or whatever, you do want her to run and get her mark. For the owner, GC Gale and Stuart Brown and Diane Stewart. GC Stewart and Diane, hold your fingers here, hold your dockets for luck. Hopefully she will go in, but I'm not sure she's going to be scratched. We still have the 8 runners for each way terms though. Here's race 1.
All set. And do it for Jill Ronnie as they head up the straight, passing the 3, Hanek, with Sherakaya coming there in the noseband, looking for a run up the rail, is Alfecca. Behind them to the outside, improving in the stripes, is Honor Among Thieves, but Alfecca has come through to take over, but leave second, going to be close for third, with Sherakaya on the inside of Just a City Boy.
Very, very easy winner for the easy to back favourite. Another winner for JG Murphy and Gary Carroll. And just see what the SP was in the end. Quite a generous SP, all told. This Sioux Nation bred, good sire Sioux Nation as well, and gets horses that handle different types of ground. And I don't know if the ground is that bad there, but the proverbial Red Sea comes to mind. I don't think it would have made any difference what 85 to 40. Actually, there was up Honor Among Thieves. We don't know who Honor Among Thieves is named after, but we know that he's shown a nice bit of ability, but nowhere near, Angus, the ability shown by the easy winner here, Alfecca, filly by Sioux Nation.
Easy winner, really. She was third at Naas in a big field. That was her second career start, and she stepped up from her opener, and she stepped up again here and won very nicely. Sherakaya was noted being pretty keen in the early part of the race and got tired late on. Might have just been nabbed for third. It's fairly close in the closing stages for third spot, but the winner was clear for Honor Among Thieves in second place and wins very comfortably. A nice winner for Gary Carroll to start the day at Killarney. We're just waiting for the SPs to come in. I think that it's very close for third, so they might be deciphering that third place photo finish at the moment. And once they have, we will have the full result and the SPs. Tipperary shortly, and after that we've got Pontefract and Stratford, all coming thick and fast throughout the afternoon. Here are the SPs.